Hi, my name is Maureen. My nickname is Mo, and this is Energy Medicine Yoga. Energy Medicine Yoga is inspired by Donna Eden and Lauren Walker, and just like the name suggests, it's a synthesis of the yoga, the asanas, and a collection of ancient energy traditions like Qigong and Chinese medicine, and a collection of others. The goal is to bring balance to the body by integrating and activating and aligning the physical body with the subtle energy body, the visible with the invisible. One thing I'd like to emphasize is that your body will seek optimal balance on its own, internally, externally. Sometimes we just need to learn how to get out of the way. So we practice learning the language of energy, and then you learn the language of the body. So keep your mind open and really focus on how you feel. Compare how you feel at the beginning of practice with how you feel at the end of the practice. All right, let's begin with a comfortable seated position. Oops. Sitting on a towel is just going to help you to have a nice tall spine. It will lift your hips, so just putting sit bones on there and ankles on your mat, having a little bit of gentle movement before we come into stillness at the beginning of every practice. It's very important to prioritize taking a few moments to center, to come into stillness, and to just settle the body before we begin our practice. So don't skip past this step, don't forward past this in the video. Take this time. And the whole point of it is to draw your attention inward. Our attention is drawn in a million different directions all day long. And it's very helpful to bring your body back to home base, to bring your mind back to home base. So, finding a comfortable seated position, allow your body to land whatever space you've chosen in your house to practice. Take a few big, deep, exaggerated breaths in and out. And as you're ready, you can do that a couple of times, but in the meantime, lower your gaze and close your eyes. Just let these big, deep, exaggerated breaths bring you home. Clear out whatever was happening before this practice today, whatever's happening earlier in the week. See how good you are at letting go. And so you're just giving yourself a few moments to settle, to land. And then we do our centering. So tuning into your body, let your awareness grow large and take in your body from head to toe and the area immediately surrounding your body. Notice where your body is supported by a rolled towel or the mat or the earth. Feel steady and supported there. And really have the intention of having a broad base, steady. From there, draw your spine up on an inhale, nice and tall. Lovely long spine, almost as though a string were attached to the crown of your head, lightly drawing you up, creating space in your vertebrae. Check in with your shoulders. You can roll them a couple of times. And then when they settle, let your collarbones be broad. Invite the shoulder blades to lightly pull together on your back and feel that just open your chest wide open to give the breath an open pathway. With your eyes closed, you are drawing your attention in. The heart is the biggest electromagnet in the nearby vicinity. So let your heart be the magnet to draw your awareness in. And now zoom your attention even narrower, zoom it into the breath. And just noticing, practice being the witness, the observer, noticing the breath at the edge of your nostrils, and noticing it move into the body and move out of the body. Last week we worked on the Focusing on the inhale, the Brahmana breath, and the exhale, the Lungana breath. Those are two Sanskrit words. Upward flow and downward flow. And now we will add a pranayama. Prana means life force, also synonymous with the breath. Pranayama is a breath practice which adds a layer of control to the breath to lengthen and deepen it. And today I offer the box breath. It's a 4-count inhale, a 4-count hold, a 4-count exhale, and a 4-count hold at the bottom of the exhale. Now, always emphasize ease over effort in any breath practice. You're going to count according to the length of your inhale and the length that you can hold. You might speed through it in the beginning, but as you practice this, if you were to practice this up to 5 to 10 breath cycles, you would ease into it and find that you can find ease in there. But let's begin. I will do the first count, and then I'll hand it over to you to count at your own rhythm and timing. And don't worry if you don't make these numbers. You will adapt it with the knowledge that you're trying to lengthen and deepen your breath as you are from where you begin. Exhale fully. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. I hand that over to you now, counting on your own at your own rhythm and timing. Do one more round. Wherever you're at, you finish your current exhale and hold. And when you're done, release the practice, this pranayama, and return to your normal breath. And bring your hands to meet at your heart in Anjali Mudra. Take a moment and set an intention. An intention. Really taking advantage of this. It's such a powerful practice to set an intention every day to move in the direction of your choosing. It's a single word. What pops into your head when I invite you to do this? Your intention might be fresh each day and different, or you might have the same intention for a week, a month, a year. Take a big deep breath in and an even deeper breath out. Release your hands to your thighs and blink your eyes open. Welcome to your practice. Take your hands off to the sides, palms face forward, and take an inhale with arms stretching out wide. When you finish the inhale, your hands will be up overhead. And on the exhale, you turn your palms away and exhale slowly. Let your arms match the length of your exhale. Your arms might be different from me. Inhale, we'll do 3 of these. Lift up through your spine this time. Maybe lift your chin up and lengthen. And exhale, palms turn away. Ground your energy. One more time. Let your ribs expand. Fill up with that inhale. Lengthen, look up. And exhale. Release your hands down. Bring it all back to your center. And then let it go and soften, wiggle side to side. We're going to do the Qigong version of that, which is all about softening through the joints. So palms face down, soften. Let your arms move as fluidly as bird wings. Palms face down. Inhale, arms up halfway. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, arms up all the way. Exhale, index fingers and thumbs meet. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And exhale, palms face down, elbows deeply bend as you bring it down and finish your exhale. bringing your energy right to your lower dantian. Again, soften. Inhale, arms up halfway. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, arms up all the way. Exhale, index fingers and thumbs meet. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, palms face down, elbows deeply bend as you release. And let it go. Coming back to yoga, let's plant the sit bones, draw the core in, and inhale, sweep your arms up tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. The right hand touches the ground. Let's keep this dynamic. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, left hand touches down, side bend to the left. Let this feel good. Let's repeat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Soften through your arm and elbow, shoulder joints. Inhale, arms up, hands touch, and bring it back into your center. Send your legs long. Bend your knees, pedal your feet, windshield wiper the ankles. And then take your right ankle and place it on top of your left knee. Flex both feet. Do a little gentle foot massage. Thumbs on the sole of your foot, fingers on the top. And you're thinking about moving from the center to the outside. So you're adding space, you're separating the bones of the feet out, and you're massaging your feet and getting blood flow there. Just pointing out that there's only one energy point on the bottom of your foot. It's between the big toe and the second toe, and that is kidney 1, a really important energy point. We're going to activate that by coming onto the ball of our feet when we're standing. All right, take the top of the foot and pull it toward the body, pulling your toes toward your body, and then take the toes away from your body. Then draw, let's see, what is it, clap. And drum roll. And shake out the ankle. And then hand on the ankle any which way, and you're just gently swinging the hips open, lubricating that hip joint, and send that leg long. Let's do the other side. Right ankle on top of left knee. Thumbs massage the bottom of the foot, and your fingers massage the top of the foot. I am an integrative reflexologist, and the Chinese believe that your whole body is mapped on the sole of the foot. So just giving it this massage benefits the whole body. And in yoga, we would teach that you're warming up the fascia of the body, which is encapsulates all of your muscles from the feet all the way up to the back of your head. Remember to spread from the center of the foot out and activate, and just give a little circle to the kidney 1 point. Let's see, take the top of the foot toward the body and take the toes away. And let's give it a clap. Then a drum roll. Wake it up, shake the ankle, and then just touch anywhere on the foot to hinge the hip open. And then keep the ankle there for a moment as you flex both feet. Press the heel down, flex this foot, and press the knee away. We're going to open up the hips. Take your opposite hand, so it's the left hand, and it's touching 4-finger width above this ankle bone. And right here is spleen 6. To make sure that you get it, you cuff above the ankle. Your whole hand is going to touch it. And then you've crossed the body. This is the crossover pattern. And the other hand cuffs underneath the wrist. You're touching lung 8 and heart 8. And if you cuff there, you're going to get it. Plus you're getting pericardium 6. So what you're doing is you're touching very important acupuncture points, and you connecting in this way becomes a circuit, like you're amplifying the energy through your body. Press this knee away, and then with a nice tall spine, I'm going to ask you to hinge forward. So feet are flexed, you've got the cuff and the cuff, and you hinge at the hips to keep pressing this left knee away from your body. As you hinge forward, you're coming into a hip opening. And the back of your right leg should also be feeling this. If you're pressing down through the right heel, flexing both feet, and release and lift up. In energy medicine, that's called the Wayne Cook posture, if you know anything about Donna Eden. Let's do the other side. Left ankle on top of right knee. Press the knee away from the body. Flex both feet. Bring the opposite hand to This point, the spleen 6, 4 finger widths. You know, if you cuff it, you're going to have a good chance of getting it. The other hand is cuffed underneath the wrist, touching lung 8, heart 8, and pericardium 6, even if you got a watch on. All right, once you have that circuit connected, then you come back into your body to connect with the posture. Press down through the left heel, press the right knee away, inhale, lift up through the heart, and exhale, push your heart forward. Keep your spine long. We're not rounding in the ribs, we're not bowing our head. We're hinging at the hips and really feeling out of the hip opening and lengthening the back of the left leg. And then lift up and release and let it go. Let's twist. Come back to Sukhasana, but I invite you to have your second favorite leg forward to disrupt your patterns. Yoga loves to disrupt patterns and habits. Press down through sit bones. Draw your core up. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, twist to the right. Take time to have another breath in and lift up. Pull the belly in and exhale, twist a little deeper. Turn to look back. Keep breathing while you hold the pose. Inhale in your deepest twist and exhale, release. Shake it all out and then plant your foundation. Inhale, lift up to the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a moment to add another inhale. Pull your belly in, lift your heart up, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Hold here, 1 breath cycle. Keep the pose while the breath keeps flowing. And then inhale and exhale to release. And let it go. Single shoulder rolls. And then let's come onto all fours. You can use this towel or blanket that you have to be underneath knees. When you come into table, have a little fun. Have a little free form. Take the hips side to side. Come into a version of child's pose. Curl up. Really take your body in any way that feels good, any way that your body is calling for the movement as you come into this pose. And then when you're ready, we'll meet on the rails in alignment. Hands are spread out wide like a starfish. Your hands are slightly forward of your shoulders, knees under hips and toes tucked. Let's move through the cat-cow. Inhale, lift your hips, lower your belly, and push your heart through the gateway of the shoulders. Take it to the full range of motion. It should feel good. Exhale, reverse this. Point the tailbone down, lift the ribs, push the upper back body up to the sky and chin to chest. This is your cat back with a full exhale. Inhale deeply to form the cow. Hips lift, ribs lower, heart comes through the arms. And exhale, opposite. Cat back, curl in, and release, and let it go. Back in neutral table, take the right leg back long, activate your muscles, and lift the right leg up to hip height, foot flex. Inhale, lift your left arm to shoulder height, and exhale, lower. Take the left leg back, lift the leg up to hip height. Right arm lifts up to shoulder height. Lift up as high as you can, and exhale, lower. Let's move with the breath. Inhale, right leg, left arm, gazes down at the ground. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm, lifting up as high as you can, strong core. Exhale, lower, let it go. Swing your hips side to side. All right, and let's do some hip circles. Inhale, exhale, hips off to the right, sweep them over the heels, and inhale up on the left. Doing this several rounds. Exhale, way off to the right. Inhale, way up the left. And then let your shoulders go the opposite way. Make the figure 8. Maybe your weight goes forward of your wrists if that doesn't hurt your wrists. Move with the breath. Wake up the body. Exhale down. Inhale up, and eventually you will stop and reverse. Exhale off to the left. Inhale up the right. Add your shoulders and head going the opposite direction, and you'll be making the figure 8. Let this feel good. This should wake up your entire body. And eventually you will slow down and release, come back to table. Step your right foot forward, walk the left knee back. Maybe you adjust so that your knee is on that blanket. And this right knee is knee directly over ankle. Feel steady as you become light on fingertips. And inhale, lift your torso up. Pull your arms back, and if it's all right with your balance, lift your gaze up, either to where the wall meets the ceiling or to your thumbs for a back bend. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands lower, frame the front foot, walk the front foot out wide and bring both hands inside. So my right shoulder is inside my right knee. And then I'm going to invite you to lower down. If you have blocks, this is a good time where you can place forearms on blocks. And if you have flexibility, you can come down as low as you can. Keep hugging the right knee to the right shoulder. We're not sending it out wide, but we will in a moment. Breathe. This is lizard pose, big hip opener. Don't go down too far. If your hips are tight, then just stay up on your arms and you just bend them as much as your body can sustain. All right, and then come back up. And now I'm going to ask you to place your right hand inside the right knee and press that away. So my shoulders are moving to the left and I'm pushing my knee to the right, if you can see that. Taking it wider than the mat while I lean away from it and really have a different hip opener. And then I come back. Hands frame that front foot and right knee meets left knee. Doing the other side. Left foot comes forward. Remember, this knee is directly over the ankle for safety. And I'm going to walk the left knee back to keep my walk the right knee back to open up the hips. Feel strong and steady in my legs and my hips. Finger tap. And then inhale. Arms sweep up. Point the tailbone down. Lift up through the pubic bone, through the front of your body. And open up the heart. Maybe you lift your gaze. Just check in and see what feels good for you. And keep breathing. And when you're ready, we exhale. Arms come down. Frame the front foot. Walk that front foot out to the outer edge of your mat. Left arm comes inside the left knee. And we're coming into this big lizard hip opener. So you're just lowering down. If you have blocks, you can place forearms on blocks. If you have flexibility, you come down as far as you can. If that doesn't feel good, then you stay on long arms, but bend them to the degree that your hips allow, and breathe. Try to keep that neck in alignment with the spine. The neck is not bowing forward. You're keeping the neck in alignment with the spine and breathing. All right, and then come back up on straight arms and turn so that the left hand is inside the left knee, pressing it out as I push my shoulders off to the right side of the mat. Just to where it feels good. Just a different hip opening. Breathing. And then release. And let your arms frame the front foot and bring the left foot back to the right foot and sway your hips a little side to side. Maybe come up to standing knees, roll your wrists because we're going to move right into downward facing dog. When you're ready, hands touch down, toes are tucked, lift your knees 2 inches off the ground, and then point the tailbone up with deeply bent knees. And just tune into this, come into this pose slowly. Really point the tailbone up with deeply bent knees, and then begin to add a little length. They don't have to be straight. The legs don't have to be straight when warming up. If it feels good, walk the dog. One heel down, opposite knee bends. And let that wake up your calves. As you acclimate to this pose, sway your hips side to side. Shake your head. Let it be heavy. Release tension. Let gravity take over. Keep breathing. And then bend your knees and walk your feet towards your hands. Remove your blanket. With knees still bent and hamstrings still warming up, I want you to place hands and spider fingertips on the ground and let your upper body hang off of your hips. Let everything be heavy. To help you do this, shake your hips. Shake your shoulders and then shake your head.
Really shake it so that you release. See if you can let go of some tension that our body normally holds. Just give the whole body a shake. You could shake your hands. All right, and now let's rise. So pull your belly to your spine and inhale, lift up, arms sweep out, look up, reach up, hands touch, exhale into your heart and let go. Shake it all out, come get everything acclimated to standing up, let everything settle back down. Bend deeply in the knees. All right, let's do our Celtic weave. So this is from energy medicine, and it is doing the crossover pattern. The crossover pattern is the pattern that our body prefers. Our body energies want to move forward and it wants to cross over. And that's the way we walk, and that's the way our vision works, and that's the way the DNA helix of our body is designed. There's so much value and inbuilt. So inhale, arms reach up high, and then let the wrists cross over and make the figure eight like it's lying on its side, alternating which arm is on top all the way down to your hips. Now lightly turn to the right. Inhale, arms out and up, and figure eight down the right side of your body. And twist to the left. Inhale up. You have an energy field um, extending out, front, back, above and below, all around you. So you just think of that as combing your energy field. Right, now for balance preparation, I want you to rise up onto the ball of your foot, knowing that you will be stimulating the kidney one point at the ball, the base of the ball of your foot. So with hands at your side, just rise up onto the balls of your feet. Think about reaching up tall through your spine rather than leaning forward or backward, and hold. It's fine to wobble, it's fine to feel the ankles moving in and out. That's fine. It's your body involuntarily moving to stabilize you. And exhale, lower onto heels. To add to this, we lift the arms up overhead and lift back up onto the balls of your feet. And stay up here and breathe. Find your eyes locate or lock onto a static point on the wall to give yourself a little bit of assistance in your balance pose. And exhale, lower, and arms lower. Let's do the breath of joy. Step a little wider, soften through the ankles, knees, and hips. The breath of joy is 3 sharp, short inhales, and then 1 big exhale with a sweep down, and you add a sound. All right. So I'm just going to demonstrate it, and then we'll do it together. So with knees slightly bent, you inhale, arms to shoulder height. You inhale, arms to out wide to shoulder height. You inhale, arms out overhead, and you exhale, bend the knees deeply, throw your hands behind you, and you say, ha. All right? Make some noise. Don't be afraid to make the noise. The release of the noise is a great release of tension. And remember, it's inhale, 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 exhale. All right? So we'll do it about 5 times. Soften through the joints. Inhale, arms forward. Inhale, arms out. Inhale, arms up. Inhale. Inhale forward. Inhale out. Inhale up. Inhale. 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 Last one. And release and let it go. And let's do our balance pose, which is eagle pose, which is the crossover pattern. All right, so let's shift our weight onto our right foot. Bend, I should start over, erase that. Bend both knees deeply. Then shift weight to the right foot as you wrap the left leg on top. Maybe I show you from the side because you are deeply bent and that really activates your quad and your core. You can tuck the foot behind the calf if that's okay. Otherwise, just hug it. And you could keep a big toe on the ground if your balance is challenged by this. All right, so once we establish the legs, point the tailbone down and lift the heart up. And then you can take arms out to a T and then wrap the left arm underneath the right arm, since I've already given you the instructions, and bind the hands and wobble. You help yourself by looking past your forearms
onto a static point on the wall. And you breathe, draw all your energy to the midline. And then to release, you step wide like a starfish. And you let it all go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Really take a deep breath in. And a smooth breath out. You want to let it all go. In a balance pose, you engage everything and you pull it to the midline and you tighten the muscles, but you keep breathing. Then on the in-between, you let it all soften. We're not so good at letting the stress and the tension go. All right, let's do the other side. Deep bend in the knees, shift weight to the left. Right leg crosses on top. If you can, tuck the foot. You might use a block and stabilize, or you might have a big toe touching, but keep your knees deeply bent. That's calling upon your quads and your core. Align your spine, tailbone points down, heart lifts up, arms out to a T, right arm underneath left. Give yourself a hug, and then bend at the elbows and bind the hands. Find a gaze on the wall, look past your wrist and forearm, maybe lift the elbows up a little, and don't be afraid to wobble. If you fall out, you fall out. This is tricky. Keep breathing, draw energy to the midline, squeeze everything. Use the muscles to help you balance. And to come out of it, you unwind, and step wide. Let it go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wave like you are a piece of seaweed in water. Big deep breath in, fill up. And big exhale, cleansing breath out. Let's come into our sun salutations. So standing at the top of your mat. If you have blocks, use them to frame your feet, and they'll help you create a little space between your chest and your bent knee in a lunge. Just do a standing cat-cow as you take your shoulders forward and backward. Cat back is curled in. Cow back is heart open and shoulder blades pulled together. Finding a little bit of movement in your mountain pose with your feet aligned and parallel. And then find stillness. Connect your feet to the earth. Turn your palms up to the sky. Nice long neck. Inhale, arms out wide and up high. Press down through heels and look up through your hands to lengthen your spine, Urdhva Sthasana. Turn your palms away. Hinge at the hips as you bow. Let your bow match the length of your exhale. Bend knees if your hamstrings are still tight, but point the crown of the head down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Pull your belly to the spine. Pull shoulder blades together down your back and reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, back to your forward fold and step your right foot back. Straight leg lunge. Lower the hips. Be light on fingertips and lift your gaze. Step back, downward facing dog, and breathe. Come a little deeper in your down dog. Spread your hands out wide. Press into the index finger and thumb. Lift your hips up and breathe deeply. You stay here and you try to slow the heart rate down. On your next inhale, shift forward to plank and squeeze everything. Try to feel the line of energy from your heel up through the crown of your head, and then we exhale into our vinyasa. Elbows close to ribs. Release the lower half of your body. Push down through the tops of your feet and keep your elbows bent here initially for baby cobra. Exhale, lower down to the ground, tuck your toes, and press up to meet in downward facing dog again. You're making a circle. Breathe deeply, fill up the back lobes of your lungs. And think of that upward flowing breath on the inhale. And Lungana, downward flowing breath on the exhale. On the next inhale, right leg rises long behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, pull it in, and step it forward. Take your time. Take as many steps as you need to, and then lower the hips and lift the heart and be light on fingertips, straight leg lunge. Press off back foot to join front foot. In your forward fold, see how your hamstrings are warming up by bending your knees and straightening them. Lift the hips up, point the crown of the head down, Uttanasana.
And now I want you to think about that kidney one energy point at the bottom of your foot. Press into that as we inhale. Arms out wide and up high. Press down through the feet and lift up through the spine. Hands touch. Exhale into your heart and release and let it go. Let's go again. Inhale, arms out wide and up high. Sun salutations are a beautiful way to organize your energy. Turn your palms away, hands at the hips as you bow. Bow to yourself. Inhale, lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back, straight leg lunge. Wake your hips up, lower the hips, lift the heart, be light on fingertips, and then let the back knee touch the ground. We're gonna twist, so left hand touches the ground in front of the big toe as you twist right hand to right hip, and then lift the right arm up, add wrist circles. Keep pulling your ribs towards that front right thigh. Flick one finger at a time. Flick all your fingers. And now make that figure eight as you bring that arm down and rotate and revolve the chest to face back down towards your mat. Lift the back knee, spin the back foot to totally connect. We're going to prepare to rise up into extended side angle. Bring that front right forearm to the thigh, palm facing up. And try to open up your torso to the left edge of your mat. Long back leg. Inhale, sweep that arm up in front of your face and let it rise up into another angle. Strong arm, it's not a ballerina arm, it's energy. Press down through the left heel and feel it rise up into the left fingertips, and then look up at your bicep to add to this Utthita Parsvakonasana. And then to come out of it, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, revolve the chest down to face the front knee, sit back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Enjoy this. Enjoy being in your body. Enjoy your breath here. Think of each inhale as nourishing and each exhale as cleansing. Come deeper into this pose by drawing your ribs towards your thighs and lowering your heels down toward the ground. On your next inhale, sweep forward into plank and squeeze everything. Broad shoulders, push your heels away from your body. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Pull the belly to the spine. On an exhale, you lower. Elbows close to ribs. Inhale, lift up to full cobra, arms long, lift your chin up and wake up the spine. Exhale, lower and press up. Meet in downward facing dog. Meet your body where it's at. Skip a pose if you need to. Adjust your feet if you need to. Tailor the practice, make it your own. And breathe here. On an inhale, left leg rises long behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, pull it forward, step it forward. Straight leg lunge, lower the hips, lift the heart, then lower the back right knee. Right hand reaches forward of that big toe, twist. Hand on the hip first, get the ribs sorted, and then lift that left arm up high. Keep pulling the front left thigh towards the front chest and add wrist circles. Looking up if that's okay with your neck. Flick one finger at a time. Flick all your fingers. And now make that figure eight. Down as you rotate the chest to face down toward the mat. Spin the back foot to touch and rise up for extended side angle on the other side. Feel the torso turn now to the right edge of your mat. Inhale, sweep that arm up, long and tall. Line of energy from the back, right edge of the foot, up the body and out through right fingertips. Breathe and perhaps look up at your bicep. To come out of this, spin onto the ball of the back foot, revolve the chest to face the front foot, press up back foot to join the front foot, Uttanasana. Take an extra breath here. Pull your belly to the spine and inhale. Arms reach out and up. Look up, Urdhva Sthasana, hands touch. Exhale into the heart and let it go.
Roll your shoulders. And let's come into goddess pose. Do a little flow movement with this. Step wide. Remember, feet parallel initially, just to get your feet settled. And use your wrist as a guideline, bent wrists. That's as wide as you can step. You're welcome to step closer in to feel better, but that's as wide as you could step and stay balanced. Now, for goddess pose, heels in, toes out, and then bend deeply at the knees. You want the tailbone to point down and your heart and spine to rise up, crown of the head going up. So pull shoulder blades together and find a little comfort here. And then once you're okay, if this doesn't hurt your knees, I'd like you to just shift your weight. Trying to keep your head over your shoulders, over your pelvis. Just rocking back and forth in goddess pose. Feel that the pressure that you're putting onto kidney 1 at the sole of your foot, the base of the ball of your foot. Stimulating it, activating it. All right, let's feel our foundation. Your quads are working, your knees are tracking with your toes, and your core. Lift up from pelvic floor to navel to sternum. Keep that active. Inhale, arms up and overhead, long, lovely long spine. Exhale, goddess arms. Inhale, elbows back, palms face forward. You should feel the muscles fatiguing, you're building strength. Now press down and lengthen legs and arms, hands touch overhead. You could even look up. And exhale, back to goddess. Taking it down as low as you can, building, strengthening your muscles. Moving with the flow of the breath. Inhale, lift, lengthen, look up, challenge your balance. And exhale, sink. Activate kidney 1, point on the sole of the foot. Activate those quads and really activate the core of your body. Pull everything to the midline and draw it up. Heart is open. Last one. Inhale. Lengthen. Look up. Really reach up. And then exhale. Sink down lower. Challenge your bodies. Challenge your muscles. Pull your elbows back. Feel yourself in this pose. One more breath cycle. And when you exhale, straighten the legs. Heel toe, heel toe. That motion of heel toe is an internal, external rotation of your thigh. Super good for strengthening these muscles. Shake it all off. Roll your shoulders. Roll your neck. Let's do the yin-yang meridian clear. All right. Standing in mountain pose. Your feet are like the equal sign. Inner hips with distance apart. Everybody's outer hips are different. So think about these headlights, these hip bones. Now press down through the outside edges, through the pinky toe, through the outside edge of the foot, and draw the inner arch up. That should have an effect on your inner thighs. Draw your belly up, pull the belly to the spine, point the tailbone down, lift the heart up and open it. Palms face forward. Press down through your feet and inhale. Fill up, arms up overhead. And now right hand sits on top of left hand. I'm not going to mirror you. I'm doing it the same way. So right hand sits on top of left hand. And then you just trace down the outsides of your arms, shoulders, ribs. Draw across at the belt meridian. Hands to hips, press down as you go down the outside leg. This is the gallbladder channel. Off the pinky toe and shake your hands off. 2 fingers come inside the big toe. We're going to draw up the spleen, yin meridian. Inhale, trace the inside of the foot, calf, thighs, flare out at the hip crease, trace up the side ribs to the armpits, and then come back down and circle the high ribs. That's the end of the spleen meridian. Release. Let's do the other side. Inhale, arms out and up, reach up. Left hand sits on top of right hand, and then you just lightly trace the outsides of your arms, outsides of ribs, pull across at the belt meridian, press down the outsides of the legs, the gallbladder channel, off the pinky toe, shake it off. Trace up spleen, 2 fingers inside, edge of the foot, calf, thighs, flare out at the hip crease, up the outside ribs, up to the armpits, and then down and circle. Now, to end it, inhale, arms out and up. Reach up tall, take the arms wide and just press down through feet. Point the tailbone down. Lift the heart up and add a back bend. Your arms are at a big V and you're looking up. This is called heaven rushing in. Keep your core active and think of one thing you're grateful for. And then inhale. Arms meet up overhead, just the fingertips and the thumbs tent and touch. Palms stay separated. Place the thumbs at your sternum, place the index fingers where the collarbones almost meet, triple warmer mudra. Close your eyes and breathe in fully, one breath cycle. And exhale. And release your hands. Let's come on down to our backs. Let's see how we're doing. A little bit more. I'd like to do boat pose, Navasana. And I want to keep this dynamic, so this will build core. So to come into Navasana, find sunbather pose. So arms are behind you, fingers point away from you, press into the heels of your palms, knees are bent. And exaggerate, lift your sternum up, lift your heart up and press down through the heels of your palm. And now keep this upside down W and bring the arms parallel to the knees, palms facing the knees. Lift the right calf parallel to the ground. Lift the left calf. We're trying to make this V, so this is where your core is working. If you can fully straighten both legs, go for it. I can't do that, so this is the maximum that I can do. Shaking, it means you're working. Feet are flexed, shoulders are broad. Try to have this line, a line of the V. Keep breathing. Now extend out, let's make it active. Lower down a little bit, but don't touch. Inhale, back up to Navasana. Lower down a couple inches. Call upon the core and rise up Navasana. Last one. This time we will release all the way to the ground slowly. Woo! When you get there, take a big, refreshing, nourishing breath in. And exhale. Big cleansing breath out. Bend your knees. Palms face up, constructive rest. This is one I'd like everyone to do every day. If you could just do this pose for a minute, for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, every day, it is so beneficial to your body. All right, let's end with a supine twist, and then we'll move into Shavasana. So arms out wide to a T. Inhale, bring your knees to your chest, and exhale, the knees fall as a unit to the right. They rest all the way on the floor as you draw your left shoulder blade back down to the ground and look to your left arm. And just release into this. Wherever you get to, just know that you're warming the body down. And pull your head to center and use your core to pull your legs to center. Pulling the knees close to your chest is going to amplify deepen the spinal twist. So if that didn't feel good, you can have knees at hip height or even lower. Take a breath in and exhale. Both knees fall to the left. You draw your right shoulder blade back down and look to the right arm and breathe. And pull your head to center. Use your core to pull the legs to center. And then just gradually begin to unfurl your body along. Open it up. Legs go out and walk the heels to opposite corners of the mat and just allow the feet to naturally flop out. Lift and adjust, with elbows can lift your weight so that both shoulder blades are flat on the earth. And before I let you go fully into Shavasana, I'm going to give you one of the neurovascular holds. Place your palm horizontally across your forehead so that the pinky finger is at your eyebrows and the index and thumb are at your hairline. And then your other hand, doesn't matter which, is at the base of your skull, the bony protrusion.
right in the center, like basically behind, if you were like behind your eyes, that's one location. You could also have it underneath so that the base of your skull is resting on the ground and your hand is cupping the neck muscles as they enter right at the base of the skull. So you have two choices. Holding in these locations is very calming. Your palms are activating many powerful energy points. You breathe in deeply and breathe out deeply. This is available to you at any time of day. Inside of a yoga practice, outside of a yoga practice, use it to focus, to calm, to center yourself. You can hold here for as long as feels good. And whenever you're ready, you can release your hands to your sides and encourage you to have your palms facing up because it opens the shoulders, but really there are no rules. Place them wherever they feel good. And you rest here. You let go of effort. You let go of trying. And I will call you back to awareness with the ring of the bell.
Stay as you are. Just listen. And sound is such a powerful medium for us. Our bodies are 70% water. It's not easy to hear the sound through a video recording, but you tune in. I invite you to deepen your breath. Let that breath refresh, renew, reanimate your body. And then bringing more attention and energy to your fingers, just small wave-like movement. In doing so, you're activating 6 meridians that either begin or end on your fingers. Roll your wrists. And then invite the toes to wiggle. Again, there's 5 or 6 meridians that begin or end on the toes. So you're awakening them, reinvigorating them. And then roll your ankles. And then when you're ready, move your body in any way that feels good. If you do choose to lengthen arms above the head and take a full body stretch, just recognize that you are creating space for energy to flow more freely in your body when you do so. Energy wants to move. Energy needs space to move. That's why we do yoga. Eventually bend your knees and roll your body to one side and pause there. Keep your knees pulled in close to your body. Let an arm support your neck and recognize this as the fetal position. Keeping your attention inward, feeling steady and supported by the earth. Tune in and ask yourself, how do I feel? Try to compare that to how you felt at the beginning of the practice. Let the experience of yoga be the explanation, the answer. And then eventually press off with your hand and an elbow to bring your spine upright, coming into a comfortable seated position. And when it settles, keep your eyes lowered and bring your hands to meet at your heart at your center in Anjali Mudra. Bow. Bow to your heart, bow to your hands, bow to yourself. Call to mind your intention. Keep this intention in front of you. Repeat it as often as you can remember it. And let your life be guided by your intention, so that you can move in the way of your choosing, not by default. To end the practice, I share a quote from the Tao Te Ching. The softest of all things overrides the hardest of all things. Take a big deep breath in. And an even deeper, longer, slower, smoother breath out. And offer this Sanskrit word of namaste. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Thanks for joining me. Stop. All right.